Yep, I decided to start my first ever Minecraft world in hardcore mode. No second chances, one death, and it's all over. Somehow, I made it through my first 100 days. I built my very first house, set up a raid farm for unlimited totems and emeralds, created an ominous bottle farm, grinded for a full netherite gear, and even beat the ender dragon to get my elytra. And here is the crazy part. I had never played Minecraft before this world. Every farm, every block that I placed was a first for me. Now it's time for the next challenge, surviving 200 days of Minecraft hardcore. Can I go even further, build even better, and stay alive? Or will this be the end of my hardcore journey? Let's find out. Winning my world on day 101, I decided it was finally time to finish my house. Right now, it's basically just walls and a roof, completely empty inside and boring. So I started by collecting some lanterns I had previously traded from villagers. But before that, I went on a sheep hunting spree to gather wools for bread. I needed villagers to breed for the trading hall I plan to build in this video. While collecting wool, I got distracted by a ruined portal as usual. Looted the chest, stopped by my raid farm and grabbed some saddles. Then I finally began decorating the house with lamps, replacing all the torches to make it feel more complete. As I was placing the lanterns, it got dark. So I went out to hunt mobs for XP and creepers for gunpowder. Because I had zero left and was almost out of fireworks. Next morning, I crafted some fireworks, checked on the villagers, placed more beds, gave them some bread for breeding, and yeah, started preparing them to become trading hall slaves. I mean, that's basically their entire life purpose, right? After that, I got to work on the house interior and began placing chests to make a storage area. I will finish that with a quick time lapse for you guys. Also, I had forgotten about the pathway to my house in the last video. I wanted it to be made of tough bricks, so I placed some, realized I didn't have enough, and went mining again. Once the path was done, night fell. While heading to bed, a baby zombie thought it could take me down. But nope, I showed him who the real boss is and went to sleep. The next day, I started working on the staircase to the first floor. When night came again, I went outside to hunt creepers for more gunpowder. One of them exploded in my face, but I took no damage. Of course not. I am Kakarot, the strongest in this world. The next morning, I went to collect more wool and on the way, I found another hidden input. Couldn't help myself but check the chest. Nothing special, so I went back to collecting wool and added more beds for the villages. At this point, I was kind of getting bored with all the repetitive stuff wool, gunpowder, house interiors. So I decided to spice things up and explore the nether. I took a shulker box for loot and entered. First problem, my lighter was low on durability. So I killed some piglins to mend it and then went exploring. I tried to fight a ghast, didn't go well. And continued my search for a fortress because the last one I found didn't have any nether wart for potions. On the way, I discovered a bastion, opened the first chest, found an armor trim, and then fell into lava. Because yeah, I still don't know how to properly use any light. Managed to get back in, stole some gold blocks from the piglins, and continued my search for the fortress. But I started running low on rockets. I couldn't find my way back. But somehow ended up at another portal I had built near the stronghold in the last video. From there, I made it back home. Once again, I am back. Started placing more chests, chopped down trees, and killed some more creepers. The next morning, I added barrels, cauldrons, filled them with water, and yeah, still wasn't feeling it. So I headed off to explore the mountains in the distance and found a massive cave. I started collecting iron. Yeah, I know, I have full netherite, but I'm still mining iron like a pigeon. I should have built an iron farm by now. While collecting iron, I stumbled into a deep dark biome, and I am not gonna lie, I was terrified. I triggered a shrieker, and the darkness effect hit. It actually gave me chills. My genius brain thought that my lightning mode might cancel the warden darkness effect. But nope, didn't work. I ran back to the cave, found some diamonds, and then, surprise, I discovered an ancient city. I even got some random achievement I didn't know existed. But I wasn't mentally ready for this, so I dipped out. Returned home, dumped the loot in shulkers, started setting up a potion brewing area, and called it a night. The next morning, I bred more villagers and nailed a clean water MLG. At least, I think it was cool. Then smelted the iron I had collected earlier. After completing the basics, I decided it was time to decorate my house a bit. I crafted a few paintings and they instantly gave life to the interior. It was starting to feel more like at home. Then I went out to collect more wool. I hunted some sheep, noted wool from the villages I had discovered earlier. And while I was at it, I borrowed their entire Hebel stock. No regrets. Back at home, I placed some lanterns which I forgot to add earlier and began decorating my bedroom on the second floor. I used dark oak trapdoors because they go really well with the pale oak aesthetic. I also added some barrels for extra storage. I placed yellow and white beds in a pattern. Ideally, I wanted a blue theme, but I could only find yellow and white wool. Honestly, it still looked pretty good. Then I went to check on the villagers. I placed more beds for them to breed. And started shifting storage items inside the house. I put up item frames and an armor stand and displayed my first ever treasures, the dragon egg, the pixted disc, right above my bed, of course. After organizing everything, I crafted an efficiency 5 shovel. It will come in handy for terraforming the area where the trading hall and iron farm will go. But before that, more beds for villagers and some bread, lots of breads. With that done, I finally started terraforming the area for my first ever farm. But my tools were running low on durability. Well, it's time to put that raid farm to work. And wow, this thing is a game changer in hardcore. It's easy to build, only takes 10 minutes if you have got a villager, and gives 8 tokens per raid with ominous 5 bottles, plus a good haul of emeralds. With my tools freshly mended, I returned to terraforming. Then I decided it was time to visit the nether again, this time to get nether warts for potions. I am planning to build the armadillo XP farm soon. The raid farm's great for totems but not for XP. This time I came prepared. 4 rockets, gear for elytra. After some flying I finally found a nether fortress and opened first chest diamonds. But as SP737 says, diamonds are for peasants. Yes, he is my favorite hardcore YouTuber. He is the reason I started this series. I eventually found the nether warts I needed and even managed to get a wither skull. But of course, I got lost again. On my way back, I found a rune portal in a moment of brilliance, forgot that one block in nether is 8 in overworld and went through it. The overworld side had nothing special, just a shipwreck with a buried treasure map. Later, I found another rune portal with golden carrots in the chest and finally made my way back home through the nether. I dumped all the loot in chests, checked on the villagers, added soul speed to my boats, and planted the nether warts. While waiting for them to grow, I continued terraforming. But then night fell, and with it came a zombie army. So I climbed up and practiced my aim, just in case I ever get to join a lifesteal SMP. A dream for sure. And boom, another creeper explosion. Right in the area I just terraformed. Classic Minecraft. Eventually, I harvested another ward and brewed some potions of infestation. I collected spider eyes from the raid farm and went on a quest to find armadillos. I had seen one near a village earlier, but no luck finding more. So I traveled all the way to a savanna biome near the stronghold, found two armadillos, and brought them back in a boat. After breeding them, I finished terraforming and chopped wood to begin building my next big project. A 2-in-1 trading hall plus iron farm. It might not be super fast, but it will be more than enough iron for now. I used dark oak, cobblestone, and stone bricks, a combination that actually looks really clean. In between, I kept breeding armadillos, traded for lanterns to light things up, and placed beds inside the farm. One side was done, time to mirror it on the opposite side. After the structure was completed, I added workstations, and released the villagers from the basement, only to recapture them for their new jobs. Let's be honest, they are trading for life now, no escape. With the trading hall done, I built the iron volume collection system. Chest, hope. I finished both sides, then made the area spawn proof by placing slabs. However, golems were still spawning in the middle. Turns out I had placed top half slabs which count as full blocks. Had to redo the entire middle section with bottom slabs. For a finishing touch, I decorated the area with leaves, and with that, the 2-in-1 trading hall and iron farm was officially complete. Then I went exploring and found another ruined portal with a golden apple in the chest. Also discovered another village and yes, looted their havens. At this point, I am basically surrounded by villages. There are like 6 or 7 around me. Back home, I bred more villagers, brought protection for books, and began terraforming the next area for the nether wart. Of course, I messed it up at first. Forgot water flows only 7 blocks. Made it 8. Fixed it quickly. And then bred more armadillos and hunted creepers for gunpowder at night. The next day, it was time to tame cats for the creeper farm. It was honestly fun, and I brought them all back. Bred them, and cleared the area for the build. For materials, I chose chiseled stone bricks because they go well with the dark blocks like deep slate or blackstone. After building it, I went AFK for a short while and came back to our stack of gunpowder. No more hunting at creepers at night or getting blown up mid-conversation. I harvested the nether warts again. AFK'd some more, and now both the creeper and iron farms were running simultaneously. With nearly 3 stacks of gunpowder, I crafted a ton of rockets using the sugar cane I had grown near my house. And finally, went back to, you guessed it, breeding more armadillo. After gathering some courage, I finally decided it was time to explore the ancient city. I geared up and headed in. As I crept through the deep dark, I opened a few chests hoping for something cool. But luck wasn't on my side. No enchanted books, no crazy loot, just disappointment. While exploring deeper, I accidentally summoned the warden. The darkness hit, the ground rumbled, and yeah, I wasn't ready for that kind of smoke. So I bailed. I left the ancient city behind for now and started exploring the cave nearby, which had a mineshaft in it. Along the way, I collected some diamond ores and even stumbled upon an amethyst geode, which by the way looked amazing. After looting what I could, I realized I was completely lost. I couldn't find the entrance I came through, so I just decided to dig my way back up to the surface. Once I was out, I went straight to the creeper farm and AFK'd for a while. After some time, I had over 3 stacks of gunpowder in the chest. No more manual creeper hunting for a while. Oh, and while I was at it, I took care of that little zombie monster that snuck upon me. And of course, bred more armadillos. Because let's be honest, that's like my second full-time job at this point. To spice things up, I figured it was time to get a beacon. So I set out to the nether in search of the last 2 village skulls, exploring fortresses and fighting with the skeletons. Took a while mainly because finding a decent fortress took longer than actually getting the skulls. Maybe it was a looting 3 sword or maybe I just got lucky. But I managed to grab both skulls after some intense searching. With all the materials ready, I headed to the end dimension to fight the wither in the safest way possible. I dug out an area beneath the bedrock trapped the wither and took him down using my sharpness 5 sword like a pro. No big drama, no risk, just clean execution. That gave me my first ever nether star. I returned home, mined the diamond ores I had collected earlier using my Fortune 3 pickaxe, and of course, my tools were nearly broken again. So, off to the raid farm I went to mend them. Yeah, that took 20 whole mares. The farm is great for totems and emeralds, but let's be honest, it's really slow when it comes to XP. After finishing the repairs, I bred more armadillos and waited for the sun to rise. Then came the big moment. I crafted my very first beacon. I built the base using emerald and iron blocks. Activated it and felt like a true hardcore player. But guess what? I placed it too far from the area that actually needed the effects, the farm and terraforming zone. Classic, so I mined it down again and decided to move it closer, right next to the farm area where it could actually be useful. After setting up the beacon and charging it with haste 2, I got to work terraforming the area for my next big farm project. Once the terrain was cleared and ready, I headed over to the nearby jungle to gather some wood. Came back, bred a few more armadillos as always, and casually took out a couple of zombies wandering nearby. Before moving on to the main farm, I decided it was finally time to build an armadillo XP farm. Because at this point, I had more than enough of them running around. Building the farm itself was pretty straightforward, not too complicated. The real struggle, getting a zombie inside and getting all the armadillos into place. That alone took me over 30 minutes. Yeah, they are cute but stubborn. On the bright side, this farm also produces armadillo scoops, which you can use to craft wolf armor. And don't worry, they don't feel pain. They are not going to die or anything. They just have to suffer for as long as I live in this world. Hardcore life, you know. Once the farm was up and running, I used it to mend my tools, grind some XP, and even tried for a few better trades from the villagers. After some grinding, I finally hit level 69. Next, I harvested all the grown nether warts and decided to go exploring in search of a swamp biome. I needed slime balls to brew oozing potions for my upcoming farm. Yup, you guessed it. I was preparing for a slime farm. On the way, I found a shipwreck, but the loot was garbage. Nothing but peasant tier items. I also discovered a rune portal with a couple of golden apples. Then stumbled upon a villager outpost. Again, nothing special except for an aqua affinity book I already had. Eventually, I found a mangrove swamp, collected a ton of mud. I killed some slimes and collected what I could over the course of the whole night. Not a massive haul, but enough to get the job done. While sailing, I came across a gorgeous ocean exposed amethyst geode and a little further ahead, I finally reached a snow biome. I mined a few stacks of paradise, found another ruined portal, and just as I was heading back home, I got distracted by some ruins. I brushed a few suspicious gravel blocks, found a portal shard, not bad. Using the resources I had, I crafted another portal and went back home through the nether highway. Once I arrived, I dumped all the loot into the storage chest. And finally, brewed 6 potions of oozing, ready for the next building. After that, I used the XP farm to mend my tools and grab some extra experience. I also AFK'd at the creeper farm to stock up on gunpowder, and then started working on my next big project, the slime farm. I laid out the foundation using chiseled stone bricks and collected sand since I needed glass as well. At first, I thought about combining the XP farm and slime farm into one. And yeah, that didn't go well. So I decided to build a completely separate slime farm instead. I went to collect the materials. I needed snow golems, so I flew up the snowy mountain I had explored earlier near the ancient city and gathered a bunch of snow. I also brewed some infestation and oozing potions for the farm setup. This slime farm is insanely efficient. With just a few potions, I got a huge amount of slime blocks, and the best part, you don't even need to build it in a swamp biome anymore. Honestly, this might be one of Mojang's best updates. I also needed 4 zombies for the farm, so I waited for nightfall. While waiting, I AFK'd at the creeper farm again. Once it got dark, I lured the zombies into their holding chambers. Used the XP farm to gain some levels, and finally completed the slime farm. I tested it out, and wow, just a couple of potions later, I had multiple stacks of slime blocks. Watching it work is so satisfying. Next up, I decided to build a real duper. I would be needing stacks of rails for future farms. Building it was easy, and I wanted it to look aesthetic, so I added a glass wall and a proper storage system with hoppers and chests. But half the rails kept getting stuck on slime blocks. I tried using water streams, didn't work. So I just placed more hoppers. Some rails are just destined to be lost, I guess. After that, I returned to the XP farm. Time to hit 100 levels of XP. And I did it. Over 100 levels now. I headed to the nearby jungle to gather wood for my next build, a sugarcane farm. I want unlimited rockets so I can explore freely without worrying about running out. After chopping wood, I packed all the materials into shulkers. Mended my shovel, and went to sleep. The next morning, I started terraforming the area for the sugarcane farm. Built a border and designed the collection area. And I have got a say. I am becoming addicted to using the chisel stone bricks. Seriously, why don't more people use them in their builds? After prepping the collection area, then I started laying rails for the hopper minecarts, only to be interrupted by zombies. Let's just skip the chaos. Boom, it's done. Now I have unlimited rockets. I went to chop even more wood. Because the next farm I had in mind, a cobblestone generator, would require a ton of it. This cobble farm isn't just any farm. It can generate over 200,000 cobblestone per hour. While gathering materials, a creeper jumped me and blew up a double chest full of items. I swear, these creepers are always out to get me. I regrouped, recollected what I needed, gathered sand for glass, collected some leaves, and even harvested the sugarcane just to watch my flying machine in action. It's so fun to see it work. Then I started terraforming the area cobble farm. I had to move the beacon again so I could mine faster. Once I placed it, the terraforming was done in minutes, and I jumped straight into the build. No need to explain it all. There are plenty of tutorials out there. The farm was finally done. I just had to remove the temporary blocks, but I almost died in the process. Survived with half a heart. I am still learning how to use an elytra. It's my first time and I definitely need more practice. After clearing up, I ran the cobblestone farm for a bit and ended up with multiple double chests full of cobble. I don't think I will be needing more anytime soon. With that, I decided to spend the last few days leading up to day 200 AFKing both the creeper farm and iron farm simultaneously. After AFKing, I crafted stacks of rockets, checked on all my farms, and honestly, it feels like I have achieved something massive. So I climbed a tower and looked out over everything I had built. And on day 199, I slept peacefully. I never thought I would make it this far in my first ever hardcore world. Subscribe if you enjoyed the journey, it will motivate me even more to keep going. And comment down which armor trim I should use on my armor.